Do you know what that's the beginning of? Yes, that's right. My Life. Remember that song by the Beatles? Well, I thought we'd go over that song today. I can only do it in pieces, otherwise you get this copyright ding. So that's why I'm kind of being cryptic about it, because there is a beginning. And we'll go over that part, and then there's this main part. And then there's an outro, which I'm not going to even attempt to do online here. I think it would be kind of difficult to bring it across. So we're going to just do those two parts, and I'll share it with you. And the reason why I picked this is because it's a good example of how you can bring melody out in a song and do it with mostly chords, but also adding in notes in between. You'll notice this is more of this tune comes out of the chords for the most part, but I have to embellish it in between to bring the melody out. And when I'm doing it, though, it just so happens I'm using a major pentatonic scale again. For the most part, the tune falls within the G major pentatonic scale because I'm playing in the key of G. And so most of the notes I'm pulling from up here, this scale called the major pentatonic scale, it's an open scale. It's in the first position. And I showed this to you before, but I'll put the chart up there. Basically, you start with your root note, which is the G. Right here is the G. And we know that's G because the open string is E. E to F is one step, and 2 steps up, you go to G, right? So you can figure that out. So, and then there's this pattern. It's open string for the 5th string, and then 2nd fret. Open string for the 4th string, and then 2nd fret. And then open string for the 3rd string, and then 2nd fret. Then the 5th string, open, 3, and then 1st, open 3. And that's really a neat chord to learn because there's a lot of songs that fall within that range when you're playing, and you can use those notes in between your chords and bring out the melody. But this particular song, a lot of it's done. I start out by using the pentatonic scale notes. Then I hit the next note using a chord. It's a D over F sharp. And then we go to an E7th. And again, the chord's bringing out the notes. So that's what I'm going to show you. But in between that, there's times it doesn't. So I just grab a note from that pentatonic scale, and it brings the song to where you can recognize it. Hopefully you recognize it. Sometimes what I'm hearing and I hear what I'm playing is not what you're hearing. That happens a lot. People think they're playing something, and in their mind they're hearing this big band play. And they're hearing everything just right, and it's coming out of the guitar a little bit on a different side. And that happens to me all the time. So that's why recording yourself sometimes is really helpful, because when I go back over and look at these recordings, it's like, oh man, that's not what I was hearing. It's really interesting how that is. But now, before we get started on doing this song, I do want to let you know that coming up, I have a guitar coming in the mail that I purchased on the 4th of July. It was a big sale, and it's under $300. So if you're wondering what $300 or under $300 can buy, believe me, it's not an expensive guitar, but I'll give you a couple clues. Well, one is it's under $300. Two is it has a solid spruce top. And three, well, here's the third one. It does have a pickup, a Fishman pickup in it. All that for under $300. It makes me wonder, does it play? We're going to find out. I think it's going to be here either Thursday or Friday. And I also think I'm going to have a special guest here who's going to help me open it. And then we're going to play it and see what under $300 can buy. And see if it was worth my money or did I throw it away. It's always best if you're going to buy a guitar to play it first. But these days, the guitar stores are closing all around us. You have to do a little drive. The nice thing is if you don't like it, you can always send it back, right? Well, we'll see what happens. I'm convinced, though, that even if it needs a little bit of a setup, I can do that work and make it play good, unless there's something structurally wrong with it. But we'll see. We'll see. And so that's going to be coming up. And if you want to send your guesses in as to what guitar it is, I doubt you'll, I don't even think you'll guess it. I don't think you'll guess it. In fact, I don't know if you'll even guess the company name. Anyways, it is a known name. It's a known name. They've been around for a while. Well, okay. So put your guesses in if you like. We'll see what you come up with all the clues I just gave you. Okay, so that's coming up either Thursday or Friday. It depends on how the United States Post Office does now. It's in the mail. Okay, so now that's coming up. And I do have, at the end of this month, it's not too far away, I'm going on a road trip. I'm going to be going to central United States, travel towards Tennessee, not necessarily in Nashville. I probably will go outside of Nashville looking for guitar stores to visit. So if you have some that you know of, send them to me. I want to hear. Think about going Route 80 across the United States into Nebraska and then cutting south at a certain point, going towards Tennessee. If you fall in that range and you know of a guitar store that I should visit and videotape and share with you, please let me know. Leave it there for me in the comments, and I'll make the list and make sure that I visit. I do know I'm going to be visiting Kreutz. I would like to go to their factory. They invited me. I need to send them an email and make sure that invite's still on. I do know also I'd like to go to Provo and there's a guitar factory close, guitar factories there that I want to visit. And they're carbon fiber guitars. I'll have to figure out what days they're open, and hopefully they allow tours. I would love to get in there and see how those are made. And so I know those are going to happen. So if you have any others, please let me know. Okay. So let's get started on this this little lesson here of going over In My Life by the Beatles. I think this is a 60s song. And it starts out... That is actually very simple to do, because basically what I'm doing is I'm making a G chord here. You notice I've freed up my first finger. And when I pick, I start picking with strings 6 and 2. And then I go to string 1. And these 3 fingers are taking care of strings 3, 2, 1. So finger 2 is picking that. The thumb's taking care of 6, 5, 4. Okay, so it starts out that second string, and then we just play 2 notes: 1st fret, 3rd fret, and then I go to a D chord. Okay, so it sounds like this: D chord, and basically I'm just here plucking thumb. You could pluck 3, 2, 1 if you want. I find myself plucking strings 4, 2, 1. It's up to you how you want to do that. Let's try that again. Okay, so that's the introduction to that song in my life. And then we go into this first part. And I'm starting out by actually playing the notes that start the song out. Again, the thumb is plucking string 4 open, and then 2nd fret, and then I'm going to string 3 with my first finger, and I'm plucking a fret 2, and then open. Get that down. So now this next one I do, it's kind of a fast change in chords, but I go to G and then to a D over F sharp. This is the F sharp here, and you notice I pick it up with my thumb. And here I'm plucking the 6th string and strings 3 and 2. Get that part? Okay. Then I go to a E minor 7th, and I'm plucking string 5, 3 and 2 again. And you'll see I've got the E minor chord here, and I'm 7thing it. Well, some people say that that is a just an E minor chord. I don't know. I call it 7thing it. And you're at the 3rd fret with your pinky finger on the 2nd string, picking up that note. That is the note you want. That's because it's part of the melody. So listen for the melody here in all of this. There's melody. When I pick up that open note there, I'm already forming that G chord. G chord, D, there's the D over F sharp. So you hear where I'm getting this melody out of both the chords and these notes that I'm throwing in there. Okay, so listen to that closely again. So we go, there's your D, and then I 7th it, and then I lift off that pinky finger, because that's part of the melody. Da, da. You'll also note that's part of the pentatonic scale. Remember? In fact, if you were to play out the song, it's all pentatonic scale. All pentatonic scale, using that open first position for G, okay? And so when the chords fall on that, it naturally just brings the song out, okay? So let's try it again. Now here's where we're going to bring in a G7th to kind of give it a little bit of a pause and a little bit of reflection. And I like this G7th. I mean, you could do this one, but I like this one better. It's up to you which one you want to use. If there's this G7th where, you know, you've got these 2 fingers here, but the first finger's picking up the 1st fret on the 1st string, or you can make like an upside down D here and put the chord chart there. So it sounds like this. See, it kind of brings in that, and you don't want to pause too long before you go into the next part. Now this chord here might be a little bit difficult for you coming up. It's actually the same shapes where I slide it up to the 4th fret. So once you make the shape, you just stay in it and move it up. but let me show you the shape, okay? So it starts out with a C chord, okay? And all you have to do is take this middle finger and just roll it over to the 3rd string, 2nd fret. See, here would be C, right? Okay, all right. I forgot what they call it. I think it's C6 or something. I don't know. I'll put it up there. I'll look it up and give you the name for it, just in case you want that. Okay, but it's in the family of C. All right. But it brings that right there, brings out the melody. And once again, you're rolling on to one of the pentatonic scale notes. Okay, right off of that chord. So it's going to sound like this. So what I do is I just roll up to the 4th fret with the same shape. Don't change it, okay? Then you go to the G chord. Back into your... That's the same run as we did when we started. There it is again. Okay, so that's the very first part of this song. And it's going to take some work. You got to go over and over it. Take it bit by bit. Don't try to do it all at once. Take in pieces like we just did. Stop and learn that part first, then move on to the next one. And then as you build on it, when you make mistakes, just keep on moving, okay? Don't stop, just keep moving, because eventually you'll be able to go through it without a mistake, okay? I mean, even now when I play it, you know, I record it, and I could play it 50 times in a row and it's perfect. Sit down in front of this thing here and it's no longer perfect. I have to do it again and again. I don't know why that is. It's just weird. It's like when I get in front of an audience, my brain kind of, I know it's just a phone, but to me, I'm getting in front of an audience, so it puts you in a different mindset, and your brain just works differently. Okay, so back to our song. So now this is the last part I'm going to show you. So again, we're going to go into this. So that's the part we're going to do next, okay? Now, you notice there was a bar chord there. I'll show it to you without the bar chord. I just happen to think that that note right there in this song just does something a little bit different than this A7th. A7th, okay? All right. So I'll show you. Just hold on, okay? So here's where we're at. Okay, so here's this part. Play the E chord. Then we go back to this. And then you're playing the melody again. Then you pick up the F chord here, except we're doing a triad F right here. Just we're not playing the high E string. We're not rolling over, just play strings 4, 3, 2. And then lift that middle finger. And then go to the G string. It's a little bit sloppy there, bringing that melody in. It's something you're going to have to work at and try to find a way to make it work for you, but it... There's the G, there's the E minor, there's the A7th, and I would come up here and pick this up, but you don't have to. And then you go to an A minor shape here at the 4th fret and put your pinky finger on the 6th fret 1st string. So it sounds like this. Then we go to the G and end it, okay? So it's 6th string up with the pinky, then to the 5th, playing that whole 4, 3, 2, 1 with your thumb and these 3 fingers. And then you go down here and pick up strings 2 and 1. You're at the 3rd fret, barring over 2 strings, picking up that 5th fret, 1st string. Then you're playing a G chord, except I'm suspending it by taking the 1st finger and picking up 1st fret, 2nd string. And then you would end it with this piece again. So let's go through it one more time. So here we're picking up, you notice a little bit of a pause, but not long, but I'm more pausing so I don't get a copyright. Okay, and then moving on. There's that piece. Okay. It's like a D there. There's the F, the triad, G, A7th, and then here's that okay, all right. So I'm going to leave that right there. And I hope I didn't completely confuse you, but hopefully I put enough charts out that you can make sense of it. And I hope you all have a great day or night wherever you are in this world.